Today we are checking out Troubles by Ren. We're checking out two different versions. We're going to check out the original and check out the acoustic one that he just released a couple days ago. If you're new to this channel, we like to break down the production, separate tracks, and check it out a little bit further. So let's get into it. I recognize this song. Wow. I recognize this song, but I don't remember like who it's originally by. And hasn't it been sampled before? I'm not sure. I like what he's doing with the sample though. It sounds really good.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in, memories are seeped in.
Okay, a couple things. I love that he gave a summary or like a brief description in the beginning underneath on the video talking about what he's went through since he was young and kind of gives you the background about him if you're new to Ren or if you've never heard of him before, because he does have a lot of new subscribers coming in and maybe not everyone has read the pinned comments he's posted underneath the videos, so you kind of get like a vibe of what he's went through and everything. So maybe it makes it easier for somebody that's just coming in to understand what he's rapping about, which I really appreciate him doing that. Also, love the production he did on his voice in the beginning here. That was not what I was talking. Also, love the production that he did on his voice right here. Also, I love the production that he did on his voice right here.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts.
That's a really cool effect that he's got going on in his voice. It's like the reverb, the way that it enters in, the way that it sounds like it's kind of just like spilling over to the right and left.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts.
It's really cool. You have two, it's like a spilling effect. Like you drop something into a puddle and it just splashes over. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I love that imagery I'm getting in my head when I'm hearing those sounds.
The past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in, memories are seeped in.
It's really cool. I like that a lot. And then you get it going into a dry vocal, which is just straightforward, no effects kind of feel.
Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze on. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer.
Those ad-libs are really cool, and that's like a kind of a lo-fi effect going on where you're scooping out a lot of your low end right here and kind of really focusing on this 2K bump, and they're adding a little bit of distortion to the voice, and I love that effect. It's really cool. Honestly, I got to go back to that beginning voice, though. I really like what he did with the production there. Gives me some ideas myself.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in, memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze on. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible.
I love that. I love how he mentions how music kind of just numbs the feelings. Maybe that's what he's trying to get at. Like, it makes you feel better. Like, I play music to, if I'm feeling down and stuff, it normally helps me get over a certain hardship or something like that. I don't know if that's what he's talking about. It sounds like it.
Excalibur sword, etching notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, ran, went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first year maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted. Persistent little blogger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor, like a table tennis game that has.
Cool. I love the guitar that he has in there, and I have a feeling he's going to be using those guitar licks that we're hearing throughout this. He's probably probably going to be using those for his acoustic version. And he's using his voice too as part of the beat in here. That I like those licks. It sounds beautiful. I love the tone of that guitar right there. Now, in the actual beat, I'm pretty sure he's using his voice. Where does it come up? I know it comes up soon. Huh. I thought I heard it. Let me go back to the song. It's somewhere in there. There's this one part, it really sounds like he's using his voice. I think you hear it in the beginning too.
Again, aching, broken hearted. Persistent little blogger, I was bouncing.
Right there it is. That right there is his voice, and he's doing some effects on it also.
From a doctor to a doctor.
Let's see if we can pull that out of the mix here.
Blogger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor.
So that's really cool. He's taking his voice and using it as an effect, adding some like reverb and a little bit of delay to it, making it it makes it full. It adds another element to the actual beat, which is really cool. Ooh, I love how the reverb becomes a little bit more present right there.
Write these rhyme schemes, brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing, hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed tomb, rearranged the alphabet and all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's a
I really love this run through that he's going through about his life leading up to now. Another thing is the production is getting more dynamic. The licks of the guitar opening up are getting more riffage happening in between, so to say. A lot more little lead lines, which is really cool. I love how that's getting bigger. And also you have this feeling of, man, oh, this sucks. You know, his life, you can feel like there's a resolution coming in the song. I'll be curious to hear what he raps about later. So right now he's rapping about all the troubles he's went through. Hence the name, right? He's rapping about the troubles and everything, and the music's kind of matching that element. But you have this optimistic synth that's in there, so you feel like the song is going to resolve into probably he's going to talk about how something good has been coming out of this, which obviously him blowing up on the internet with his music and spreading awareness to everyone is definitely one of the more optimistic things that's happened for him. And I have a feeling that's where the story's going to go, because for those who have been following him since the beginning know the whole story and how it's happened, right? Or how it's happening or how it's playing out. And this song is really cool because, like I said earlier in the video, for those who are new to him, it just gives somebody a brief summary of what's happening. And that's badass.
The lead decline, 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap. Deep in psychosis, hallucinations, troubled vision. Visits from the underworld were conjuring my superstition. 25 living back at home with my mom, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become. And my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts, 26 I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I bore my microphone until my coffin started dropping raw thoughts with the grim reaper knocking on the track. But then man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road. Was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow. In the cell transplant pulled me out of the cold, and my skin got younger and my...
Now, I've heard about this part of the story where a doctor had reached out to him and discussed an experimental treatment for him, and he went and did it. And you hear how the synth is coming in right there. That's the optimistic feeling I was talking about that happened earlier. You got hints of it, and right here you're getting a bigger layer or a version of it. I want to take it back though. There's some other parts I want to point out in the production that we're really enjoying about this. It's so cool how much love goes into the actual production to these tracks. It sounds really, really good.
It was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be.
Oh, see, that's the alternate riff that I was talking about on guitar. I really like that lick. I want to listen to that by itself.
Insane with your brain combusting.
I'll be curious to see if he does this on acoustic too. That'll be so cool.
Popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then
that right there is really cool. So there's this effect called panning that we do in mixing, where you make it sound like it's going from one side to the other, and he does that with his voice right here.
25 and the scars that were etched.
Starting from the left and it's coming up through the center to the right side, and it starts right here, and I love that. It makes the mix just interesting, you know. It keeps all the sounds flowing and moving, which create intrigue, and it makes you want to keep listening to what he has to say.
Benefit of disability is irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, right, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap. Deep in psychosis, hallucinations, troubled vision.
So literally what we have going on right there is this. He's literally starting from here with the sound, and so right here, and then he moves it to the other side, so it kind of like rotates like this. And nowadays with mixing, you can even bring sounds to feel like it's closer to you and to the center. And just to show you guys an example, this is going to sound really crazy, but I'm doing it with the full song, right? So if I wanted to,
from the underworld, we're conjuring my superstition.
You can hear how it's going to the left, right?
25, living back at home with my mom, but not because
And then it goes to the right. That's exactly what he's doing with that sound effect that we're hearing. And then if I wanted to make it sound closer to you,
I'm a bum, alone and physically done, so thin.
So you probably feel it like right in the ears. It feels like in the face almost.
So frail, so weak I'd become, and my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun.
So that's what panning does, and that's how we do that in production. Now I need to reset that. Hopefully it doesn't stick there.
One time I carved the hole.
It went back to normal. I was worried that I almost messed
All
up.
in my chest, just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts, 26, I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm lying broken naked on my back. Have on my microphone until my coffin started dropping raw thoughts with the grim reaper knocking on the track. But then man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road. Was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow. In the cell transplant, pulled me out of the cold. And my skin got younger and my body got stronger. And my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you. Pain that I live through. Everything I've been through is yours to hold.
I love that he's spreading awareness like that. That's really cool. Like to still be, as big as he is now, and he's still, spreading that awareness for people to, to help other people also. That's really cool that he's using his platform to continue to help people with this, and letting them know there is a light, there's a way out of it. to get through it. It I hear his story, and sometimes I think about, like, man, things could be worse, you know. Like, it's phenomenal that he's able to come back from it and do what he's doing. It's just very impressive. Very impressive. Just like this next video we're gonna watch, where he does this whole song in one take on a guitar and doing vocals. My computer's about to die, so I'm gonna plug that in real quick. Yeah. Sorry, it's one of those things with Ren. It always motivates me to just do better, even like with my own troubles, you could say. For those that don't know, I've told the story before, but I had a huge drinking problem that I've overcome in the past 2 years, and it's not in comparison to what he's going through mentally, but there's definitely some dark times that it leads you to. There's some crazy stuff that happens when you're trying to get sober from that, or trying to break away from it, you know. My biggest thing is when you have that moment or that relapse. Like, I messed up probably 6 times in the past 2 years. Not probably, it's been about it's been 6 times messed up. And you know, my biggest issue is being okay with, hey, you know what, you messed up, but you're still doing way better than what you were doing before, where it was like every day drinking insane amounts of alcohol, you know. And it could have got worse. Luckily, I just had the severe accident that happened, and yeah, I can relate to the whole doctor's part of this, because, you know, but then again, I caused this to myself, where he had no choice. It just happened, you know. So there's definitely an extreme amount of guilt that I feel, because a lot of it was in my control, and, you know, and I let it happen. You know, I let myself get addicted to alcohol, or let myself be influenced into doing so. And then, you know what I mean? Like, self-inflicted caused my pains, which, you know, definitely different, you know, where he maybe not so much, you know, this just happened to happen and he didn't know what it was. But even here in the US, the doctors, it's crazy just to get my arm figured out or fixed, because I just have this permanent nerve damage. It took a while to heal, you know, or get it going, but nobody has a solid answer just for this, you know. So I can't even imagine with a mental problem, they just give you the runaround. And I wonder how much it has to do with just lack of knowledge that's coming up nowadays. Literally, when I went to my first doctor's appointment, she said I don't know, and had to look up stuff, and she couldn't figure it out. She just didn't know. Then they didn't even send me my lab results or anything, and I had to pay for that, which was ridiculous, because I never got any results or anything. Fortunately, just this past 3 months, I had some good luck. I found out that I could still do VA stuff, because I used to be in the military a long time ago, and I was able to see an actual good doctor, and they actually were able to help me, and we'll see if this starts healing. But it's definitely gotten significantly better. But I can't imagine with a mental illness like that, because I'm just thinking, if it was me, I would have probably caved in. To be honest, probably would have caved in. So it's just very impressive. But anyways, enough rambling. Trying to talk about this stuff without breaking into tears or whatnot. Just try to explain things. It's hard for me to do. But let's check out the acoustic song. Move forward. I think I have it set up right here. Oh, no, I don't. We'll pull that up. All right, so this is the acoustic one that we're going to be checking out right now. Also, apologies for not doing some reaction type videos in a while. Been super busy. Here we go. Wow, he's gonna be doing this in a moving car. It's a whole other element of difficulty.
And oh, Lordy, now trouble's so high. Oh, Lordy, now trouble's so high. And don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stuck when I'm reaching. Memories are seeped in hydrochloric acid. I go to war and get passive and freeze up.
So yeah, we're getting some of the same licks that we heard in the produced version. This is so crazy. How's he keeping on time, while moving? That's really cool that they have the whole setup in the car. So he probably has the mic clamped onto the back of the seat where the bar is. That's really cool.
Music helped the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible, Excalibur sword. Etching notepads for the reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first year maybe was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted, persistent little bugger. I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor.
I really like this because the bass lines that we heard in the produced version, he's playing on his thumb right now. He's actually adding a little bit more notes to that bass line with his thumb. And we're getting brand new guitar riffs also in this version.
With Doctor, like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren. Every single question answered with a question on the end. The second year I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine severed from the means that helped me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your...
That's the thing, is like he had all this stuff happening with him mentally, and he's such a good speaker. he speaks really well, and he's able to explain what he's thinking very easily. To me, that's mind blowing. I can't do that at all. That's another thing. Like, he's going through all that mental struggle, and he can still express himself so well, very well. It's just really impressive. The way he can articulate sentences and explain himself is very impressive. I was just reading a post that he put up a couple days ago about what's going on with like the Gaza and Israel kind of thing, and the way it's like I read that post and I'm like, man, he said exactly what I was thinking perfectly. I would have never been able to do that. He's a really good writer. Just in general, it's not just like lyrics and songwriting. He's a good writer also. Very, very good writer. If you read his posts, I'm telling you, the way that he writes those posts is impressive in itself.
Ain't combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed. Tomb, rearrange the alphabet, all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24, I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25, the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap, deep in psychosis. Hallucinations.
I love that part where he says snap, it goes hits the guitar like that. Genius. That was genius. I love that. We'll rewind it real quick.
5. The scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap deep inside.
Snap.
Psychosis, hallucinations, trouble vision, visits from the underworld for conjuring my superstition. 25, living back at home with my mum, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become, and my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts. 26, I'm highly medicated, on the pain sophisticated, while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I brought my microphone into my coffin, started dropping raw thoughts with a grim reaper knocking on the trap. But then, man, lo and behold, I saw this angel beckon on the treacherous road. Was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow, and the cell transplant brought me out of the cold. And my skin got younger and my body got stronger, and my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you, pain that I live through, everything I've been through is yours to hold. Oh Lord, you know, trouble so high. Oh
I love that he's singing this
Lord,
part.
now, trouble so high. And though nobody knows my troubles but God, though nobody knows my troubles but God.
That's beautiful. It's really good. So impressive. I wonder how many times it took to do that. Or like if they came to a red light or something and stopped. Actually, no, I think the car stops right there and he just keeps going. That's really impressive, just to keep that stable to play and sing with emotion and compassion, and passion and compassion. Both of them, both of them all together. It was really impressive. That was really good. I'm releasing a video this month actually, and I'm gonna do the same thing, do an acoustic version, inspired by Ren, because I thought that was such a cool thing to do. It's actually really fun to do that, like to take, you have this nice produced version, and if you can strip it back down to acoustic and vocals, I think that's really cool. I know this was a longer than usual video, and if you made it to the end, I appreciate you watching all the way through. I know in the middle it was hard for me to speak or speak properly, I guess. Hopefully you guys still enjoyed it anyways. I have more Ren reactions right here if you guys are curious on checking out more. See you guys in the next one. See you.